Okay, your homework tonight is to do the odd number questions from section 11.6. So these are vertical and horizontal lines. We'll start off with A. A has a y value always equal to 1. B has a y value always equal to 3. C has an x value always equal to 3. And D always has a x value equal to -1. In question 3, we're going to use the cover-up method to get the y value. Let x is 0, or on the y-axis y equals 6. I could of course write 0.6, but we don't need to if you're not specifically asked for the coordinates. So that value there is 6, with the intercept length being 6. We'll cover up the y, which is giving us x is 3. Now we have, if we want to extract this model, that we have a right angle triangle with lengths 3 and 6. Okay, so find the value of x when y is 0. We've obviously done that. So we get 3. The coordinates of the point where the line crosses the y-axis, so they want us to call this here out 0, up 6. The value of y when x is 1, well, this term would become 2. So y would be 4 when you take the 2 away. Hope you can see that. Y equals 4. The value of x when y is 2, well, that'll put a 2 here, which will give us 2x is 4, so x will be 2. The area of the triangle formed. So we're taking the area of this triangle here. So we have the bases. The base by the height over 2 is the formula. Now let's take the height over 2, which is 6 over 2, which is 3. 3 threes is 9. Square brackets indicate that I'm talking about area. But you want to talk about unit squared maybe just because you know it should be a square or something. You don't know what the units are. So you call them units. You don't know what the meters, feet, or tile lengths, or what they are. Okay, 5. I'm going to quickly try and get the homework done. And so no excuse if you couldn't do the homework. Copy this out and you get it done anyway. Find the coordinates of the point at which the line okay, so this isn't in the format we really want for intercepts. We want it in this format. Now withdraw it. Okay, so let's cover up y. You get x is 6. We can introduce a scale of 1 per box. Okay, so this will be the point here. 6. And cover up x. Okay, giving us -2y equals 6. Y equals -3. Okay, so I'll draw that line in there and write it. And you don't have to put an arrow if it goes off the grid, but if it does go off the grid and you don't want to go to the edge of the grid, you can put a line like that that says goes on forever. Okay. Now you need to draw a sketch of the line. Now the line wasn't named, which is very lazy. We'll call it L ourselves in order to be rigorous about our maths. Okay, on we go to 6. Draw these. Okay, so x is 2, y is 2 using cover up. 2, 2. Okay, and then 3, 3. Give a green line there. We notice that x plus y is 45 degrees down as discussed in class. Didn't really do well there now, did I? Okay, switch it over to red. Okay, using more technical tools can snap onto the points and doesn't allow an error build up as you go further and further. And of course we're going to be out 5. And that was 3, so we wanted 2 more in both directions. Make that blue line. Oops. What am I missing? X and Y labels. What do they have in common? They're all parallel, and you can name, they all have a slope. On to number 9. Which line intersects the y-axis at 0, 2? Well, this is in slope-intercept format, so it's obviously this one, because the other one doesn't. So the answer to that is A. Which line intersects the x-axis at 5, 0? Well, let's see using cover-up. Okay, just let's verify for sure. So using the cover-up method, which line intersects the x-axis? At the x-axis you cover up y. Do you? Yeah, and you get x equals 5. And you divide across by the 3. Okay, so that is certainly line B. Use the slope of the two lines to investigate whether the lines are perpendicular to each other. Okay, now we know how to, they're not. Clearly they're not perpendicular because the slope of this is negative 3 over 5 and the slope of this is 2/3. Now we can't just stop right there, we have to multiply the slopes together, and so the product of the slopes is 2/3. I'm getting that 2/3 here because of the way that's in slope-intercept format. Okay, and we have negative 3/5. We're going to work away and work our way through it. We get the product of the slopes is negative 6 over 15. And then what can we say about that? Well, we can say it's not equal to minus 1. So we've clear thinking here. Therefore, lines not perpendicular. Okay. 10 is we could do in class. We mightn't have done in class yet, but we could do in grant. Up to 11. Each of the following lines go through the origin because there's no constant. By taking in any value of x. So let's make x 2. Giving us, so x is 2, meaning we're going to be out here somewhere. And now solve that. You get 2y equals 2, across and reflecting, and y equals 1. And we know it goes through the origin because there's no constant, so that's that line. Now what did it ask us to do? Sketch each of the following. Okay, another method, they told us to do that by using a value, which we're going to have to continue on, but another method there would be, you know that the slope was a half. Okay, for that one, you know the slope here is minus 1/3, and that way you could say go forward 3, forward 3, 1, 2, 3, go down 1, forming, I'm just going to hand draw this now very badly, forming that line. This will have a slope of 3 over 1. Okay, I'll switch it over to blue. Now, this is a method we know, but it's not the method they're forcing us to do, so we better go back and just continue on as I did. Pick one of the values as 1. If there is a coefficient other than 1, you might want to pick y equals 1, giving yourself x plus 3 equals 0. It'll avoid fractions, that will. X equals minus 3. Okay. So when you're back 3, you're up 1. And so on, we can do the rest of that in class. 13. So when you're verifying, remember you always put the coordinate that you're plugging in and substituting in brackets to indicate that it is a substitution and nothing else. Okay. Now I'd like you to make that statement there. Okay. Okay, make a statement that's clearly true and is relevant to your calculation. The next one, plug -3 for y, plug 2 for x, and take 5, and you get -3 equals -3, which is true, and the fact that it's true means point on line. Point is on line. True, therefore point on line. Okay, and the rest of them will work out as well in a similar vein. Here you'll get -3 plus 3 equals 0, and here you'll get -1 plus 1 equals 0 by the time you finish substituting. Number 15. Ooh, there's a bit of algebra here, trying to find a k value. So let's go ahead and substitute our 2 and our -3 in, giving us a 2 plus k on -3 plus 7 should be 0. Okay, tidying up there, we have -3k is equal to -9. 3k is always equal to 9 in that case. K equals 3. Okay, here we're going to substitute 3 and 1. You're going to get 2 times 3. I won't bother with the 1 because it's plus k equals 8. K equals 2. 1t, let's find the value of t. So 1t is going in. 1 is the x value. T is the y value. T is 5. Indeed it is. Okay, that's your homework done. Hope you enjoyed. Hope I'm recording. I'm going to check it tomorrow. Please submit it by digitally if you can.